See, I gotta address some of these dumbass comments from that Dr. Umar Johnson living in poverty video I did a couple days ago. I'm reading some of these dumbass comments, and most of the comments, are typical and nothing new. Because like I said, I rarely talk about Dr. Umar Johnson. If something is brought to my attention, and I feel it needs to be addressed, I will talk about it. Just like that video that I addressed a couple days ago. But yeah, I'm going through my phone and I'm like reading some of these comments. Just hilarious. So let me just start with this comment real quick. This is by a guy named "We in a race war and slavery started in 1865." Okay, I know what you're talking about. The the name, post emancipation was 1865, but we've always been in slavery for 500 years, for over 500 years. Started in 1505. But anyway, he says, most of your subscribers live in poverty. I mean, what's the difference between a slave living in the suburbs and a slave living in the ghetto? One live next to massa and the other don't. They both answer to the same man. All right. So, first of all, the video about me addressing Dr. Umar Johnson's living conditions, his place of residence, which is shitty, and I do stand, like I said, his place of residence looks like a crack house, looks like a meth lab. That's what it looks like. It looks like he is a drug addict, right? And allegedly he's been accused of using drugs, and allegedly he has been on record. Someone did a video saying that he was arrested for cocaine or whatever the case may be. So I'm not the only one that's been saying this guy's on drugs. Tariq Nasheed said he may be on drugs, and that's not an attack. Those are just this thing obviously is conjecture, but based off symptoms I'm seeing from this guy, and I've been around people who are drug addicts, that's what it looks like. It is what it is. But anyway, addressing this guy's dumbass comment. He says that most of my subscribers live in poverty. Hey, that could be the case, but that's not my point. I know people who live in Section 8 housing. I know people who live in, impoverished conditions that have a clean ass house. Facts. The video is about cleanliness. Just having a very clean house, or not even very good, just a simply clean house. You can have all that junk he had on the floor can be stacked up in a corner somewhere, neatly placed, not just all over the floor, looking like a drug rehab facility, right? Just all kinds of drug paraphernalia and dirt and boxes and all kinds of random shit on the floor. All right, it's about cleanliness, and he clearly does not have that. Again, as I said before, man, Dr. Umar Johnson, him accidentally showing his place of residence and being extremely embarrassed about it. I'm in the process of moving to Wilmington, Delaware. I'm in the process of moving to Wilmington, Delaware, family. And he raised the camera up, trying to constantly tap into reverse back to his front camera because it went to the rear camera. She was funny as hell. But the thing about it is, man, is like his place of residence, him showing his place of residence by accident, is a reflection of who he is, right? How can you put so much faith in a guy? How can you lend so much money, so much donations, thousands of dollars to a guy who can't even sustain and maintain his own personal household? Again, like I keep saying, I've been saying this for years. Nation building starts at home. I've been married for 15 years. All right. 3 beautiful boys, 3 beautiful children, no outside children, no children out of wedlock. So I have contributed to society in terms of black society. I have contributed to nation building. And that's one of the key elements, in my opinion, of defeating systemic oppression, aka white supremacy. You nation build, and it's backed up by raw data, right? And I've referenced this article before. Go to Nielsen.com, where they talk about it's called Black Millennials Close the Digital Divide. And they have a reference where they say, family incomes from 2004 to 2014, the number of black households, okay, they're talking about black families, with annual incomes of 50,000 to 75,000 increased 18% compared to 2% of the total U.S. For black households earning 100,000 or more annually, the increase between 2004 and 2014 was 95% compared to 66% of the total population. So they're talking about black family households, right? The annual income has increased dramatically between 2004 to 2014, right? And we have a so-called spending power of $1.4 trillion. Okay, so this guy, again, if you can't maintain and sustain your own household, you got a junky ass crib, place of residence, but yet you want to sustain and maintain a school, right? You're doing it ass backwards. Nation building starts at home. You got to establish your home foundation first, your home black family structure first, not fragmented families, not fragmented baby mamas and kids spread across town. That's not nation building. That's nation fragmenting. That's called nation fragmenting. You're fragmenting all of your seeds everywhere and not keeping everything all in one household. So therefore, you're not contributing to this stat about African American households annual income increasing dramatically for that 10-year gap. You're not contributing to that. You're the opposite side of the spectrum, right? So, like I said, this guy can't lead. He can't lead his own damn household, maintain and sustain his own household by establishing a black family structure at home. He's never been married. All right. He has children out of wedlock. And yet these are the guy, you got tons of followers. And again, his followers, man, these radical followers always, you can give these guys primary sources, primary evidence of, things that Dr. Umar Johnson is doing wrong. They will still support him. It's called cognitive dissonance. That's a mental disorder. Okay. Cognitive dissonance is if I give you proof of something that you believe in, right, that actually contradicts what you believe in. You find fault in the guy that's pointing out the evidence, right, that contradicts what you believe in, what you stand by. And you try to discredit what that person's doing instead of going to the actual evidence or the source of the information. That is cognitive dissonance. And that's what we've been suffering from for over 500 years. That is a condition that was affected by post-traumatic slavery disorder, right? Which is why we need our reparations. Americans descendants of slavery, ADOS. We need that because, slavery affects our DNA, our everyday living conditions, epigenetics. It's been affected by that because, again, like I said before, other groups got their reparations. The Japanese community got theirs. The Jewish community got theirs. The Native American community got theirs because they were affected by their atrocities, right? So they were rewarded based off that fact of the atrocities of their people that affects their living conditions and their mental health, right? So, yeah, going back to Dr. Umar Johnson, man, just comments like that I read, and they always say, what have you done? What have you done? That's just, the dumbest reply. What have you done? Dr. Umar Johnson is building a school. What have you done? I've done something way more advanced than he's doing right now, and that's sustaining a black household. Do you know being married to the same black woman for 15 years? Do you know how of a rarity that is? You know how much of a rarity that is? And then also, maintaining and sustaining a black household, right? And defining the odds of a black father constantly being in their children's lives, right? A black father that's always in their children's life, consistently, like full time, like extremely hands on. I'm an extremely hands on father, right? And I defy those odds. You know what I'm saying? Someone like a Dr. Umar Johnson and these baby daddies, they're the opposite. They're the opposite side of the spectrum. They're the opposite side of the stats you see about black fatherhood and black fathers in general. They're the opposite. You know what I mean? So what I did, what I've been doing for 15 years is maintaining and sustaining a black household is far more advanced than trying to build, especially than trying to build a black school, a black owned school with black curriculum, and it's been done before. It's not like he's doing anything new. Now I never said about Dr. Umar Johnson that I don't wish any negativity towards the school. I hope he builds that school, right? I hope the school is successful, right? But at the same time, it's not as important as the black family. It's not. Because if you can't maintain and sustain your own nation at home, your own black family at home, then what you're trying to do outside of that means absolutely nothing. It's null and void. It's null and void. Point blank and simple. And so no matter what I say about Dr. Umar Johnson and giving you these references, these point of references, and these key takes on diagnosing the issue with Dr. Umar Johnson, his supporters will still support him regardless, because again, they have cognitive dissonance. It's a mental disorder. So no matter what you say to them, they're still going to rock with Dr. Umar. Point blank and simple. You know what I mean? So again, nation building starts at home. Maintaining and sustaining a black household, the black family structure. That's why I've always been saying the black family structure, the black family household has been on life support since the 1960s. Look at the Patrick D. Moynihan report. The case of the Negro family. I've always referenced that article and how important it is to maintain and sustain a black household. And Dr. Umar Johnson does none of that. None. But go ahead, y'all. If y'all want to rock with him with a school and donating to a school, that's cool, man. It is what it is. But again, showing his house by accident, his place of residence by accident, and him being embarrassed shows you it's a reflection of who he is as a person. Right? Just repugnant, living like a damn drug addict, savage, who can't maintain and sustain his own household, right? So how do you expect him to maintain and sustain his own school, his own faculty? I don't know. Shout out to Marcus Klein, who has his own black school in Chicago. Y'all can look him up, Marcus Klein. I think it's spelled K-L-I-N. Yeah. I'm trying to look it up on Instagram. Yep. Marcus Klein. The Freedom Home Academy owner of school literacy. All right. This guy has a great curriculum. And, there's other black-owned schools out there that are well established as well. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, like I said before, if you're able to homeschool your child, if you're able to do that, I recommend doing so. That is the best solution for, having your child attend public school or even private school, is homeschooling. So, I definitely want to do that later on with my kids, is homeschool them. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, family, just want to address these comments about my last video, or the video I did a couple days ago addressing Dr. Umar Johnson's living conditions. All right, family, so those are my thoughts about that. Hope y'all having a great day off today. Memorial Day, it's just a day off. That's it. So hopefully I have a great day today and the rest of the week. So next time, family, make sure you follow me on Instagram at GMOGMediaTV. Till next time, Chauncey signing out.